Guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is predictions time for England taking on Ireland at Twickenham Stadium on Sunday afternoon in what should be an epic battle. Now, obviously, I did the predictions of the other games. If you haven't seen it, go check it back. But this one I wanted to dedicate it to this one particular because it's a big one. It's England versus Ireland, two phenomenal teams going at it, two teams that really have a lot to prove in the tournament. One's undefeated, the other has obviously been defeated, but they are wanting big improvement. Eddie Jones in the press conference was questioned, asking which one's your important game, and all he was saying, this one, Ireland. We're focused on Ireland. And it's a good answer because he needs to be focused on Ireland. He needs to build back the momentum that his team had or needs, because we haven't seen that all-important spark that we know England can do. Against France, they lost. They didn't play the greatest game of rugby. Against Scotland, yes, they won, but it wasn't a pretty game, and they're going to need to bounce back and really show what they're made of, because on paper they've got a phenomenal team at hand, and they've got players who can really take on each level, be it a forward, a lock, a back, a scrummy, a fullback. You know, they've all got it in them within to control and take over a game, and with the leadership of Owen Farrell, particularly important going into this game, because not only is he the captain, but he's also the kicker and the playmaker who really controls a lot of the game. So there's a lot riding on him as well as his players to really show up. And more importantly, it's a home game for England. So they've got the crowd, they've got the backing of a solid English crowd who will be supporting them, singing along the way. So the pressure is definitely on Ireland in this game, because Ireland are undefeated. They have an opportunity of a Grand Slam Six Nations title. And a lot of people are saying they don't think they can do it against England. And it's not going to be easy. But again, do not count out the Irish squad, because they have quality players within that squad as well. Leader at the helm is also a fly-off in the name of Johnny Sexton, former World Rugby Player of the Year. A talent in his own right, and with him he's got a great scrum half in Conor Murray, who can really control the game. Have they been in the sparkiest of form? No, they haven't. They've not been near as good as what they were in 2018, but they can definitely get there with the likes of the Henshaws, the Stockdales, the Peter O'Mahony, James Ryan, Healy, etc., Furlong, the name goes on. There's a lot of talent within this Irish squad, and that England, and I know England, will definitely not write off. They will take this as a proper, solid, competitive game. Yes, last time they met, England thrashed them 57-15, which isn't a score that one would want to remember. And that's definitely something that will be lurking on the back of the minds of Ireland, saying, we can't have that happen again. We've beaten this team before, we could beat them again. And England, in that same point, will be saying, we've beaten Ireland before, we can sure as hell smash them again. Now that brings up the level of intensity that this game has to offer, and a lot is on the line, because England will feel they can still win this championship. Ireland will feel they can get the Grand Slam, so a lot is lurking around this team in order to achieve what they need to in order to get that final result. Which brings us to some of the team news. Look, England did what was required to pick up their first win. That was a great last-minute try as they edged a scrappy game with Scotland in obviously awful conditions. So to be fair, we've got to put that into play and say, if it was sunny day, no, not shitty rainy weather, would we have seen a different result? To a large and Slade, likely to be welcome additions in Eddie's squad for the game. Anthony Watson will remain on the sidelines with a calf injury, unfortunately, and will also be without Marco Vinipola, who has been granted some leave to deal with personal issues. Big player miss out there, Marco Vinipola. So that's a big loss. But they've got players in order to really fill up. I mean, Maratoja, for me, comes to mind of strength and brilliance in what he can do. You've got Tom Curry, who's just a force at his young age. What he can do is just immaculate and brilliant, and it excites me to watch these youngsters really shine. I mean, I'm not the biggest English supporter, besides for football, but I respect the young talent that these guys have to give. And the same with Owen Farrell. Brilliant, brilliant player who I admire. Same goes to Ireland. Johnny Sexton, genius. Conor Murray, one of my favourite rugby players at the moment. Not playing the greatest, but I respect the man. Peter O'Mahony, you've got Stander, you've got Crikey. There's a lot of great talent within both these squads, which leads up to the intensity of what this game could be and what it's really building up to. There'll be people who are saying, "Yeah, Wales and France will be the big game," but for me, this is it, because this is this is another revenge decider for me. If we look at Ireland, Ireland made it 2 wins from 2 as they were able to defeat Wales and improve their strong home record, which was good in the Six Nations, but they'll need to be at their best as they head to Twickenham. Now, I've got on to say that Ireland weren't in the greatest of form, but when they played Wales, they definitely showed up and they played cracking rugby. If they can get into that form of mind again, they will go through and really take on England and give them some good momentum and the pressure that they need, which is going to be brilliant. Gary Ringrose is still unfortunately sidelined. That's a big loss with the hand injury he suffered against Scotland, with the centre having to wait at least another week before he can consider it. So that's unfortunate. But that obviously, there's some good things with new additions to the team that have been added in, which is always great news for the team. But I mean, Ringrose, great talent. Interesting. When we look at the prediction side, I think it's extremely hard to do. England will be keen to build on that first win of the Six Nations as they host Ireland. Ireland will be keen on getting to continue the form of what they showed against Wales. So it's an interesting one. Both teams have won their last game. The severe weather conditions, they say it's not going to be as hectic, which is good. So less severe weather conditions, meaning we could see a good running game with what I want to see is tries. So technically we should see an improved performance from England as we saw against Scotland. So that should go into England's favour. Little to separate these two teams, to be honest, and it should be a tight affair. That should be a great point scoring game. But if I have to pick one, I think for me personally, and I'm not going against any team, so don't slaughter me like some of you guys do, but I'm actually going to go and probably shock 60% of you guys watching this, and I'm going to give it to Ireland to sneak away with. I just think if they can pull that momentum of what they showed against Wales, they definitely have it in them to win this game and therefore meet France in the final game for the Six Nations. Or 2 more left, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm going to go Ireland to win but it's going to be a close scoring game, up and down. We'll probably see the point scoring or England in the lead, then Ireland, then England, then Ireland, then Ireland at the end. In my humble opinion, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to win? England or Ireland? It's going to be one hell of a game. Hope you guys enjoy the game. May the best team win. Unfortunately, won't be streaming this one as I'll be at the cricket, South Africa versus Australia. But I will be keeping my face glued to my phone to follow up on those stats. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.